I'm Amy.
And I'm Laura.
And we are Two Paper Girls.
Today we're going to do the Jennifer Lawrence book tag.
We weren't tagged, but Jennifer Lawrence is cool and we like her and we love books. So the Jennifer Lawrence book tag is coming to you today. So let's get straight into it.
The first question is growing up in Kentucky. What is your favourite book set in a rural area? What is it, Amy?
Lord of the Rings by J.R.R. Tolkien. It's sort of set in a rural area. It's rural as long as you don't consider that it's rural. It doesn't say real rural. It's fantasy rural. I can't say rural very well.
Well, there's no
There's no cities.
No, well there is, but they're not like...
It's not a Mordor
No.
city. It's a castle, which is rural.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's so beautiful.
Mine is Miss Peregrine's Home for Peculiar Children by Ransom Riggs. I really struggled to think of an answer for this, but it's on like a Welsh island. And there's not really a lot. There's a lot of sheep. There's not many buildings, so I think it counts.
Wales is very rural.
Yeah, there is literally a lot of sheep. It's kind of a plot point, is the sheep.
Really?
Yeah.
I really want to read that now.
Yeah, I know.
Question number 2 is Discovery on the Streets of New York. Pick a little known book that you picked up, not knowing much about, but you turned out to really like.
My answer for this is Room by Anna Donoghue.
Room!
Comes up a lot, Room does.
Love Room.
I just sort of picked it up because it was always on the little bit in Waterstones where it's like bestsellers. So I just picked it up and didn't know anything about it at all. But when I finally read it, it was really, really good.
Room's
So,
fab.
Room.
Mine is While We Took the Car by Wolfgang Herrndorf. It's a German book. It was translated into English. And it's just like, it's a bit Paper Townsy, a bit John Greeny, but German.
Yeah.
And it was just really good. I didn't know anything about it. I picked it up. I thought, it looks good. I read it. Really liked it. So Wolfgang Herrndorf's While We Took the Car.
Question 3 is swearing off social media, because apparently that's what Jennifer Lawrence did. And the question is, pick a book that you refuse to read.
I Hate Uglies by Scott Westerfeld. I started to read it and I couldn't stand it, so I stopped. And I know it's a series though.
Yeah.
And apparently it just gets better, but I don't care. I'm never gonna read Uglies again. Or Pretties or Extras or Specials. Nah.
How do you know the titles?
Because I looked into it. I had that much hate for it. And you have them all.
Yeah, well, I don't want to read them now.
And I've seen them on your bookshelf, so I know them. But
my answer is Any Book by Hilary Mantel. So Bring Up the Bodies, the third part in the thrilling Wolf Hall series. Her weird Margaret Thatcher is dead story. I just don't care. She can write my dream book and I refuse to read it because of the suffering that she caused. And she just, just anger. I'm not reading her books.
You don't have to. You don't have to. You're okay. Question 4 is beginning on TV and then going into film. Pick a series that just keeps getting better and better with every instalment.
I really don't read many series, as I've mentioned before, so I struggled with this one because a lot of the series that I have read, I don't think get better. They like peak in the middle, then get worse, or go rubbish in the middle, then get better. So I'm probably going to say Harry Potter because it starts off quite childish and kiddie and then it gets really serious and adult and there's so much character development in like every single character. So I think that gets better.
The series that I think that keeps getting better and better is the Gone series by Mark Grant. Gone's good. I like Gone, but Laura didn't like Gone.
I did like Gone, I just couldn't be bothered to read 5 more massive books.
There is that, but Gone is also like, it's not the best. Like Hunger is amazing, Lies is just fantastic, and Plague, I think Plague's the 4th one, and Light. Fear's the 4th one. Fear, Plague, Light. They get so much better, and they get more adult as they go along, they get more disgusting. But it's because they're kids when they're first stuck in the dome. And then they grow up in the dome.
Yeah.
I like to say dome. But yeah, it's the Gone series by Michael Grant just gets better and better.
Question 5 is the Oscar trip where Jennifer Lawrence famously fell down the stairs. Pick a series which hit a snag.
I would choose the Mortal Instruments series by Cassandra Clare. It was meant to be a trilogy, wasn't it? Like the first 3 books, like City of Bones, Ashes, Glass. Trilogy.
Yeah.
But then she wanted to carry it on because it was so fab. But then because Fallen Angels was kind of setting up the next like finale storyline, it kind of went a bit dippy and bad in the middle. Yeah. Then it perked up for City of Heavenly Fire. But yeah, that did hit a snag in the middle, that series.
I'm going to say The Maze Runner because I really loved the first book, really not sure about the second one, and then I liked the third one. So it's kind of like up and down for me with that series. But yeah, I think it hit a snag with the Scottish Trials because I just wasn't that invested in the story and it was really slow. And Tom fell asleep all the time. Like, he just collapsed and it was quite boring. But it got better, so it was fine.
Question 6 is Jennifer Lawrence and Christopher Martin. They're dating now. What?
I know.
Pick your favourite collab book.
We have the same answer for this. It's Will Grayson by John Green and David Levithan. Because individually, they're fab. And then they write a book with Tiny Cooper. And it's just so good.
I'm still confused about the Jennifer Lawrence Chris Martin thing. Sorry,
Yeah, no, he broke up with Gwyneth Paltrow in March and now he's been dating her since May.
Can't blame him. But yeah, Will Grayson's absolutely fab. I need to reread that this year. Haven't read
For
it
the Tiny
for a
Cooper
while.
book that's coming out.
Oh,
So excited
Summer
for
of
that.
Gay. I'm excited.
It's so good. Question 7 is work with David O. Russell. Pick your favourite dysfunctional character that you can't help but love.
I really struggled with this because in the past I've said the Messenger of Fear in the Messenger of Fear, but he doesn't really compare to some other dysfunctional characters such as Gatsby from The Great Gatsby. He's messed up.
Yeah.
Like emotionally, he loves this girl, he loves the green light, and then he finally gets her, but he doesn't want her.
Well, he does. He just only wants her if she says a very specific sentence. It's really weird.
He pays for his dysfunctional nature in the end.
Yeah. My favourite dysfunctional character is Charlie from The Perks of Being a Wallflower, because I can't really think of many dysfunctional characters that I've read. And Charlie peaks in... He sits naked and watches the telly when he has his little breakdown, but I love him to bits.
Does that mean you're having a breakdown? I'm doing it wrong then. Question 8 is Mystique. Pick a villain that thinks they're doing good.
I'm going to go for Hilary Mantel. Because she thinks she's making the world a better place with her 700-page Tudor awful pieces of literature, but she isn't.
Nah.
She's ruining first-year English students' lives for many months if you come to the University of Nottingham. She's awful. Who's your villain?
My villain is Angela Carter, writer of The Bloody Chamber and other stories that never got famous because they're awful. And The Bloody Chamber only did because it's that shocking...
Yeah. We should have picked characters, but the creator of the characters are more villainous.
Exactly, than the character themselves, because the author's written these villainous characters, which means they have them inside of them.
She has Thomas Cromwell inside of her.
She wants to.
She wants to. That's what our lecture was about. Question 9 is The Hunger Games. Pick your favourite high-profile series.
This is weird, because I'm going to pick The Maze Runner.
Yeah.
You think it got worse, I think it got better. Scorched
Yeah.
Trials was fabulous. I read The Scorched Trials when I was on holiday in Mallorca. So I was scorched trialing. I was lying there like, this is hot. And I was reading the book like, this is also hot. I just felt right reading it, and like I just finished reading Maze Runner. I read them really quickly, one after the other.
Yeah.
So I went straight from one, and they lead on really well if you've like read the books or watched the films.
Yeah.
And I just love that series. The Death Cure's really sad, and we're not going to talk about the prequel. But the series itself, the trilogy, is amazing.
Yeah. Again, I don't read many series, so I would maybe pick The Hunger Games, but it's not my favourite. So I'd go for Harry Potter. Just, it's flipping high profile, like.
It's your favourite series and it's high profile.
I have to pick Harry Potter, even though I pick it all the time. But it's like the only series that I've read and enjoyed all the way through, so it applies to lots of things.
The last question, question 10, is everything she said. Pick your favourite comedic or snarky character.
I'm going to pick Sutter from The Spectacular Now. That was actually a really good book, but he was very, like, laid back. He pulled loads of pranks all the time. He was very snarky. He just fits this question perfectly. Like, he was so lovable and you really liked him, but you did wish he would stop messing up his life. But you couldn't help it. He's just a funny, laid-back guy.
My favourite snarky comedic character is the Colonel from Looking for Alaska. He's
Yeah.
just hilarious. Like, the way he drinks, like, milk and vodka and calls it ambrosia.
Yeah.
I wouldn't recommend that, but...
Haven't tried it, but I don't want to.
we should, and then we could be Pudge and the Colonel. Oh,
Funny.
please. Let's be Pudge and the
I don't want to have
Colonel.
milk and vodka.
I'll be the Colonel then, you can be Pudge.
Okay.
Okay. Colonel is snarky, he's funny, he pulls
Yeah.
pranks, and he's perfect for this question. He's like Jennifer Lawrence himself.
That's it for the Jennifer Lawrence book tag. We hope you enjoyed it. And at the side of the video is probably now lots of Jennifer Lawrence videos. So go and watch them and have a good time.
Comment and subscribe if you like this video, and we'll see you on the next video, guys. Bye!